welcome to the Kind of Sort of Maybe show. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jim.
Claudia. And I'm Melinda.
And today we're going to be talking about Beauty and the Beast, the live...
2017?
What? 2017? Live animated, I was going to say.
Versus animated.
Yeah, versus animated a little bit. So we're going to be talking about Beauty and the Beast. Just came out about a week ago, and what did you guys think?
It wasn't a week ago.
Oh, for you. What? A week ago?
It was Friday.
Almost. Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah, so the movie just came out. I just saw it yesterday, which was Wednesday, whatever. It doesn't matter to you guys. But it was pretty cool. From when it started, what did you think? Like, when it first started, were you excited? Like, what did you expect? I know you had different opinions on that.
What's the... No, you would. You already started talking.
It's the nostalgia, I think,
Okay.
of just like, oh my gosh, like I would watch this with my sisters, and this was like we would pop in the tape over and over again to watch this movie, to see it come to life. It's crazy. Like, I was just curious to see like what the movie was about beyond the commercials. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm super excited to see all those characters, you know, that you watch. So it was just that thrill. Going in and just waiting for everything to happen. Like,
And I know, like, with you, Claudia, you've seen these movies, like, was it when you were, like, really young, or when did they come? When did
This
the
one
original
came out
come out?
1991.
91? Okay.
We weren't born yet.
I was,
But so we
But
were,
but
we
like-
were old. Like, I mean, they showed it to us when we were kids.
Yeah.
So this is what we grew up with.
91, wow. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that. That was before,
Neither of
before
us were
Aladdin.
born. Oh yeah.
Before
Aladdin was 92.
92.
Yeah.
December 92.
So, so that was a really cool movie. English or Spanish?
when I watched it,
Beauty and the Beast, yeah.
probably in Spanish.
Okay. Do you remember the names of the characters? 'Cause they always
La
have-
Bella y la Bestia.
The what?
La
Oh,
Bella,
El Bes
La Bella y la
El-
Bestia.
y la.
La Bella y la Bestia.
Why did they have?
A
It wasn't
female?
La
As, like,
Bella y el Bestio.
why not? That's a girl. It's a girl
No,
pronoun.
it was La Bella y la Bestia.
Oh, okay.
That's
If I
the
remember
girl and the female beast.
La Bella y la
Scandalous.
Bestia.
Wow, Disney.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and there was
What was the
La Casita.
the really Chip?
I think. I don't remember. Why are you being so racist?
I'm
I
not.
was little.
I'm asking
And then
you.
I watched it in English growing up
Uh-huh.
as I was older, and
Yeah.
I learned English. But
Okay.
Sure.
Mm.
yeah, I don't remember any of the other Spanish characters.
Well, anyway, so you saw it when you were younger. One of your favorites, or what did you think? Like back?
Yeah,
The old one.
I loved. I'm a huge Disney animated fan, and this was my sister Marley's favorite. I mean, as a child, everyone picks their favorite Disney princess, and this was my sister. So I mean, we'd watch it constantly, all the time. But I did not have high expectations going into this film
I remember. Yeah.
because Disney live action films have not done anything for me, and Cinderella just.
Cinderella, was that a movie? Like, I never saw that one.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awful. It was so bad. It was so bad. And so I did not go in with high expectations, and also was kind of iffy because like Hermione was gonna come out,
Yeah.
and like she doesn't know how to sing, and so that kind of like it just.
She has no theater experience, or like a
She
musical.
was no musical, not so much. I mean, I think she was in theater when she went to Brown. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't quote me. I don't know.
Mhm.
But as far as singing, I don't think she had any like experience.
I mean, obviously acting, but like as far as not a trained singer, or like
Right.
or a Broadway or stage, right?
Right.
So yeah, when I saw the preview, like you can hear a little bit of the trailer, you can hear a little bit of the maybe auto tuning or whatever.
Well, I
they did
sent
to her
you guys
voice, so.
like the non-auto-tune version. I don't know
Did
if you
you? A while
remember,
back.
but I sent it maybe it was months and months
Mhm.
ago. It was about 30 seconds long, and I'm like, oh,
You
not
heard
gonna
it.
look. I heard it. I'm like, I don't
I
want this.
guess-
I don't.
Yeah.
They want to choose people with names,
Yeah.
you know, these actresses and actors with names, and they don't take into account the people who actually like
Mhm.
care about it and want like La La Land. They don't care about the singing part. Who cares? But let's give them an Oscar anyway.
Oh yeah, somebody's bitter about that. She's all right. I liked it. I liked her.
I felt she was kind of tense.
Oh wait, I was
singing.
talking about La La Land lady.
Oh, okay.
Emma.
Back to La La Land.
No, Emma
yeah,
Watson.
Wat-
I think
Emma
think she was
Stone.
an amazing.
Emma Stone, I
no,
meant.
I think Emma Watson did an amazing overall.
Yeah.
I think she did a great job of Belle. I was super surprised by it. I think she did great. Singing was not amazing.
And I was curious as I watched it. I'm like, what is Melinda gonna think? Like, is this gonna be good? Is she gonna hate it?
As far as what?
Her singing.
Oh,
yeah, because to me, coming from a choir background,
coming from a choir, fifth chair. I don't know what that means.
I was president, Jim. Okay,
president of the choir
of the choir club.
Not choir, but the choir
club.
Whatever, Jim.
We couldn't get into the choir, but
first chair of the altos. We never got them in.
Alternates.
Altos. Oh. But we had musicals at the end of the year, and we did Grease, and we did Phantom of the Opera, and I remember that they would always try to teach. Well, and also my sister was in drama.
Y'all did Phantom of the Opera?
I love it.
How did y'all sing as high schoolers?
Okay,
like not probably not that
I was
well.
not the main girl, but I was in the back.
What was the character?
Christine.
You were Christine?
I was not Christine. I said I was in the back. I was doing like the vocals.
What?
The vocals?
Like because there's chorus.
The background
singing.
Yeah,
like the little
parts
parts of
Jim
the
knows
song.
what you're talking about.
Hey,
anyway,
rhythm guitar.
No, I felt that like she was kind of tense when it came to like the singing parts when they put the camera on her face, like at the beginning when she's walking through the pretty garden and everything.
Yeah.
Her farm?
Whatever. Her garden. Yeah.
Gross food. What was that? Her singing? Her singing was pretty good. Like, well, so okay. So
as an Emma Watson fan, I'm saying
no, I know,
it wasn't that great.
As a normal person, Jim.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I'm a normal person.
I know, but you I guess know. I mean, you love musicals. You have, I guess, a higher expectation and like your quality of singing. You can hear it, right?
It is. I'm like Simon from American Idol because I can't sing, but I'll judge other people on their singing.
So, yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's how. When I heard it, and actually when the movie started, I mean, they had the whole backstory with the Beast and the party, and it was kind of cool to see them at the party and the way he was before.
Also,
right?
it was like a boy narrator who started it in the 2017 one.
Oh, really?
In the 1991 one, it was a girl.
I didn't catch that. So
was it a boy?
Who was the narrator?
No.
Was it a character that was narrating?
No, I'm pretty sure it was a boy. No, wait, I'm trying to remember. No, the
Yeah,
1991 one was a boy narrator who was saying like, "Oh, this little boy did this to the witch," and in the 2017 was a girl.
Oh, okay. I was like, "Are you sure it sounded like Professor Trelawney?" That's who I thought was a narrator because at the end you heard her again. But maybe it was just.
Was it the Oracle or what was her name? The Enchantress? Was she the what? What did it call Oracle? Matrix?
I don't know. I thought you were like referring to also to Suicide Squad. I'm like gross.
Oracle, yeah, nerd stuff. Anyway, so you have the movie started. You saw the whole dance stuff. That was pretty cool to see the background, him with like the fancy people, and then like her coming in and cursing. Then you saw that cool scratch on the thing, like
they did
cartoon.
that in the animated one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was super cool. This
film was very close. They had so many like exact scenes from the animated film.
They did
like a lot of parallel, like wow, that's straight from 1991.
And I didn't mind that. I like that they added a lot more to it too. Some character development, like with the opening song with Belle, like the Bonjour, right? So what is the name of the song? You said Belle? Is it just called Belle? So that song, when they start singing, man, that was so cool. Like it just felt because of that nostalgia, and I love that movie, the animated one, and it was awesome. You know, it was really cool.
It was different because I know
I
Emma Watson wanted to change. I mean, I'm sure you've heard that she wanted this one to be like, she wanted Belle to be empowering and a feminist and stuff like that. And it was noticeable because in the first one, when in the animated film, when Gaston invites Belle for dinner or something, she's like, oh, sorry, nope, I have something. And she apologizes for rejecting him. And in this one, Emma Watson's like, not tonight. And then he's like, well, what about? He's like, not anytime soon. I'm like, heck yeah. Like, I love that she didn't have to apologize for rejecting someone.
She shot him down. Yeah, no, and I thought that was, I didn't see anything like out of the ordinary with that, but I didn't remember that parallel that she was being polite.
She was, and she made up an excuse like, oh, I need to help my dad with dinner. Yeah. Like, oh, sorry, I can't.
But I think that's like normal people. Like, no? Okay. So yeah, so I thought that was all right. The song was, I thought it was great. It was a great start to the movie. Super happy to see that. It was really cool. I love that song. And
what was the second song?
Everybody.
In the
Yeah.
1991 one, it starts with Belle, and in the 2017 one, it starts with the one at the palace with the character, the one who turns into the dresser. That
Mhm.
was an original song.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
the
that's true. I guess
2017
the
one,
second song.
yeah, the 2017 one also had 4 original songs, which is really
Mhm,
cool
mhm.
because I mean I thought they were really good
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah, so you had that whole opening scene, really cool, very bright, very awesome. I liked it, and like all the costumes and the actors and characters, the diversity, which was you saw a bunch of different races
Mm-hmm.
There
and
were there's so there I like that they have black people in this movie. Like
yeah, it was
yes,
cool.
diversity.
It was cool. Like this is gonna win probably like some costuming stuff.
Oh
Like it
yeah.
was great. Like it was really cool. Like I noticed it, and I
Mm.
usually don't notice like but it was cool. Like all the stuff they did. Um, I like that. I like that whole part, that opening scene.
What of the opening scene, what
Hmm.
bothered me, like this old grandma comes in, like barging in. This guy had a private party. She wasn't invited. She doesn't even like wait to be let in, and then she like does that spell on him.
Hmm.
Whose fault was that? She didn't wait for him to open the door. She's like, you didn't let me in. Here, turn into this monster. And what I noticed in this film, in the 2017 one, is that nobody knocked and waited to be let in. That's
They
very
just let
rude.
themselves in. I'm sure.
All of
Wasn't it a
them.
haunted door? I
The-
think it was a haunted door.
well, the door opened on
No,
its own, but like they didn't wait
they
to
didn't
come
wait
in.
to be let in. So like it started with the witch. She
Yeah.
knocked and she just like opened up. She's like, "Oh, let me in, protect me, whatever." Okay, so that was the first one. The second one was the dad.
Yeah,
So he was
Maurice.
cold or whatever, and so he knocks again, just opens the door.
Well, at
He
that
lets
he
himself
goes, "Oh,
in.
thank you," and he kind of looks around because the door opened
Are
on
you
its
telling me
own.
you in a mansion that you've never been, to before, you
Hmm.
would let yourself in
If
and
it's
get
freezing
warm,
outside,
eat?
yeah,
That's
probably safety because he was thanking him the whole
private
time.
property.
Thank you for letting me in or whatever. But yeah, I guess so. He'd
And
probably
then
in
also
America.
in
If this was
America,
America, he'd be shot.
private property. And then also Belle when she goes
Texas.
looking
In
for her
Texas.
dad.
Yeah.
Knock, knock, knock. Don't wait to be let in, and just just walk on in. Okay, does no one have manners in France? I mean, what is this nonsense?
Wow, we see where you stand with friends.
I just thought people would have manners.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting.
I thought that the opening scene was kind of interesting because once you like watch the movie later on, I
Mhm.
felt like it set the setting for the time
Mhm.
of maybe like when Belle's mom, because once you get to
Mhm.
that scene and you find out what happened to her mom, then you think about, okay, that's the opening scene. It totally reminded me of Edgar Allan Poe and the Mask of the Red Death, and it's that whole ball and everyone lavishing, but then you see like the mask, of the plague, and I'm like,
Oh, the other
oh,
scene
it
that was cool.
echoes it because the Mask of the Red Death, I love that piece. Like it's pretty much that. It's like a big ball,
A lot
right?
of themes, a lot of like movies
Yeah.
have that theme. So I think it was Edward Scissorhands. No, not Edward Scissorhands.
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd.
Hmm.
That was another that also happened. It's just like a recurring theme, I think. Just like
The
you
The
see a
period.
big, you see a big, ball, and you're,
It
not
echoes that.
everything is, anything can happen in a ball or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So then you see like you see Gaston and you see LeFou,
LeFou.
right? And I never thought like when they said it in this movie, it was like, oh, like LeFou, Is that where is that kind of?
Oh,
I
like
thought that
a
was
play
funny.
on words.
Yeah, like LeFou,
Like French.
like LeFou.
Like LeFou. Maybe.
Yeah, and I thought it was just funny because he's foolish,
Mm.
like the cartoon, and then in this one, he was different in this one though too, which was cool.
I liked this portrayal of him.
Mhm.
It was weird hearing, like, I kept hearing Olaf like throughout the entire film.
Oh, that was him. That's
Olaf.
right.
Yeah,
I
that's
forgot.
Olaf.
Elfo.
Elfo.
Elfo. Oh, got it.
Elfo, So it's Olaf, and that's all I could hear.
Oh, he played Olaf.
Yeah.
Elfo.
Elfo.
Oh, I didn't
That's
know
why,
that.
because I didn't say the
Josh
right one.
Gad,
Elfo.
right?
Yeah.
That's who he was.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he's, and that's all I could hear,
Yeah,
and I
he
kept
was good.
thinking, I don't know, of Olaf,
In
but
summer.
in summer. Yeah, but I really liked his portrayal of LeFou.
Yeah.
It was definitely different than the 1991 one.
Yeah, because this one was like he had logic and sympathetic. Like he had that friend that he didn't want to let down
Mhm.
because he didn't want to put on the spot.
Mm.
Thought that was cool. Like he changed that whole thing. We're like, we shouldn't be doing this. He
Mhm.
had that conscience. So
Mhm.
that was pretty cool. Cool
He
character.
what cracked me up was like Gaston's introduction and that scene in the mirror, and I know that I kind of told you a little bit
Oh,
about it, but
yes.
I don't know why I was thinking of Jim.
You really
and I was
thought
like,
that? Why?
oh my god, Jim would do that.
I
Jim
never
with that
do
hair.
that.
I told you when the first trailer
Yeah.
ever came out, I'm like, 23 seconds, Jim, right?
What is it? It's like
Right? Am I right, Jim? And glad that she's like,
gorgeous,
what is it?
gorgeous.
You're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
I'm
or
like,
whatever.
oh my gosh, it reminded me of you saying that, and all I saw was Jim with that long hair and looking at yourself in that mirror and
there's
that
not even a
reflection.
mirror.
your
Oh.
reflection, you find it like,
Hello,
I see you there. I see you there,
Oh.
Jim. Reflection,
is that
Jim.
me?
Do it right
I
now,
see
Jim.
you.
No. So that never happens. But yeah, that was a cool introduction to them. It was just like the cartoon, right? Pretty much. And he starts hitting on her, and I don't know, he likes the thrill. Like he's
The
bored
chase.
and it's cool because they said he was in the war. Like he fought in what war was it? When did this take place? Like 18 or 17? This is 17 something.
After the plague. So
After the
what
plague.
wars happened before the
17. Man, we're
Like,
bad with
oh.
this. I'm sorry.
No wonder you're the historian here.
American history.
I know. Yeah, I'm American history.
Based on the rumors, though,
The
Le Fou, I was waiting for that scene.
Oh yeah, at
It
the
wasn't a
end.
rumor. The director's like, there's a gay scene.
Okay, well, that scene. And
But
I was like,
how
okay,
bad it wasn't.
just looking for it.
It wasn't even
It was
that.
nothing.
It was nothing.
Except
And,
that
and
last
everyone
scene
made
where
it
he
seem
dances with a guy.
that was the scene. That was the only scene.
That was what they
But
were
what about
talking
when he
about.
That
wants
was
to
what he was
touch his
talking about.
ears?
That's
and
not a weird thing. He
he's
put a hobo.
massaging
He put a
him.
hobo to do it for him.
Yeah, he did.
He's like,
He did it, and then he would like continued
And
and
then he's like,
threw
oh, let
money
me
to
get this
people.
homeless man to do it for me. Which would change, but
I mean,
yeah.
there wasn't like I thought there was gonna be in my mind when they were talking about that whole scene. I thought he was gonna be during that song. I thought he was gonna be talking like Gaston, and then like he just wants to get close to him. I thought it was gonna be something like that.
Mhm.
Nothing like that. I don't know why people make a big deal out of this.
People, I don't know. It was they
It was
did. I
nothing.
was expecting it to be like a recurring thing, like
Yeah.
oh he's gonna be like super gay throughout
Like
the
through the
entire
whole
thing,
time,
and he wasn't
trying
because
to get, hey,
even
why don't we stay for the night together, Gaston? In the
yeah,
same tent?
because even Gaston was saying like why you're great. Why doesn't a woman stay with you? He's like I don't know. They can't put it. I don't know what he said. He's like
Yeah,
he's
he said something
like a gym
They
line.
I'm
say
too clingy. I'm too clingy. Yeah.
yeah.
But so they didn't like make it until the very, very
Yeah.
end where it was just like the dancing scene.
And they
So
made,
I
like,
think that's probably
eyes.
where he realized it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I think I'm like that.
Yeah.
One of those.
When he's in his
One of
happy
them.
zone.
He made
Or
that,
maybe
that choice.
When he made
Like,
it,
no,
I
he
don't
was
know.
born that way.
Because remember that some of the characters, once like the curse was broken, they're
Uh-huh.
like, "Oh, I was married to you, and
Yeah.
I forgot."
Mr. Potts.
Maybe,
No, I don't think they forgot.
Yeah, they did.
yeah.
it was-
they
Forget.
It was a part of the spell. So when they all turned into their
Oh, she
animated,
said that within years that they were
well,
forget.
no, everybody forgot about the castle and the people within it.
Mm.
So even the one family member, they just like, whoop, we don't.
But the
Yeah.
actual people didn't.
no, not
not the
ones who were-
furniture.
the ones who
The
were
furniture
in the
didn't
castle
forget.
didn't forget.
Yeah, because Mrs. Potts recognized
Yes,
her husband.
Yes,
And he was like, "You look so familiar." And
Yeah.
then, boom.
yeah. So the villagers forgot all about everybody,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
castle and everything. So that was a part of the curse.
So
that was
maybe-
cool. That wasn't a whole. That
Yeah.
wasn't a thing in the cartoon.
Yeah. So maybe he was like that, and he
Who, LeFou?
forgot. Yeah, and that was his
LeFou?
partner.
That wasn't his partner.
Maybe
They just met.
Yeah.
No, they didn't meet
They
because
did.
he was already.
He was
at
in the Gaston song.
Yeah.
that
Those-
other dude.
yeah, when they were
that
doing the
they danced.
musketeers,
There
they
was
were
three
fighting,
people,
like
yeah.
sword fighting, pretend sword fighting.
Well, maybe he forgot because of the curse.
But
It's a
he wasn't
theory.
within. The other guy wasn't a furniture piece. He wasn't within the thing to forget about. He was in the village.
And then when you first see him is when like the wardrobe dresses him up and like they all
Mhm.
freak
And he
out
likes it,
and
he's
he's like he makes that face.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I missed
Yeah.
that.
He looks in the camera and he has all the makeup on and he
Mhm.
like
He liked
winks or
it.
something. He liked he's
Oh.
dressed up.
Dresser or
Yeah.
something. I don't
Wow.
know.
And then he left and that was the same character at the end when
Mhm.
they danced. But it wasn't a big deal. Like I saw it. I don't think like I
Yeah.
saw it with my kids. They didn't even. They
I don't
pick
see
up
that
on
would
it.
be like disturbing. Like some people were like, "Oh,
But
I
people
can't
like
take
to
my
make
kid
a
to
big
this,"
deal
but-
out of everything. So
Yeah.
as we know, but this it was like nothing.
Minimal. It was
Minimal.
nothing.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
if the director wouldn't have said anything, like no,
probably at the
Nobody
end.
would've
It would have been a
nobody said-
conspiracy theory.
because they
No,
made
yeah.
they said yeah it would have been like implied
Mm-hmm.
this whole time, but
But it's cool that the director said something
Yeah, just straight
because
up.
with Wally,
mhm.
I was really mad because that
Wall-E?
movie is like all about the environment. You know, it's
Mhm.
like Disney was, or Pixar, whoever made it, was
Yeah,
making
Pixar.
a statement
How dare
about
you,
it.
man?
They were making a statement about it, and then when they were called out, like, hey, is it true that, you know, this is, you're underneath the story,
Of course it
like
is.
you're talking about the environment and you know where we're headed and people not exercising, and they're like, no, this is just a story about love
Who
and,
said
and
that?
two
No,
people
that's not
finding
true,
each other.
Claudia.
Yeah, I
That's
remember
not
that.
true, Claudia. Read and watch every single John Lasseter film
Yeah,
and
Lasseter.
documentary and everything and interview, and he has never said that.
What?
He's never said that. The movie was
I
about.
remember being super
It
No,
was
mad.
about
I
that.
I watched this documentary about the making of Wall-E and how they came up with it, and they were talking about how it was where they think people are taking Earth in terms of not recycling, not helping Mother
That's what
Earth.
I saw. I just
And then,
remember
like,
being super
what
mad
big and
when I read
large is
that.
like the Walmart or the big corporation that just takes
Yeah.
over. And then humans just getting lazier and lazier and not taking care of your land.
That's the
pretty
theme I
much,
saw.
so.
But then when I read that, I was like, oh, why can't they just admit
Where
it?
did you read it?
I don't remember.
Like
I
Wikipedia.com.
was in the
Claudia
environmental protection
blog.
club.
ClaudiasBlog.org.
I don't remember. But I guess.
According to the
According to
rumors.
Melinda's facts. It's a Melinda fact.
Melinda fact.
Not what you're saying.
No, according to what you're
It's a
saying,
falsehood.
that never happened. Like, it's actually for that.
Yeah. Well, I saw the documentary of the
they
making of
wouldn't be
Wall-E.
afraid to say this is what it's about. They have no
Yeah.
reason to.
I think the documentary's on Netflix. Watch it.
I haven't seen it. Now I want to watch it because I was super mad. I'm like, so sad. But yeah, so it's cool that this director like actually said,
Straight up said
yeah,
it.
like there is a character, because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you go into the castle and you meet all these people, and one thing I didn't know until the very end.
Ewan McGregor.
Yes.
I knew you wouldn't have known.
No.
I noticed his voice like that.
Who's
I'm
that?
like,
Didn't.
Obi-Wan, what are you doing?
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan was there.
He was.
Yeah.
He
Ewan
was
McGregor was
Lumiere.
Lumiere. Yeah.
Shut
Yeah.
the freak up.
Yeah, and even when he
Yes.
transformed, I didn't know it was Ewan McGregor. I had no idea. It threw me off. It was
He
cool.
was Obi-Wan Kenobi. I
Yeah.
don't think Pablo knows that. Oh,
Yeah.
he didn't watch
Ewan
it.
McGregor.
It was Sancho. Just kidding.
Ewan McGregor was, yeah, and then also Ian McClellan, which was
Mhm.
Cogsworth, which is Magneto and Gandalf.
Magneto, yeah.
Gandalf too, right?
I don't know. No, Lord of the
That's
Rings.
why
That's
the
for
clock
nerds.
seems
That's
so
for nerds.
familiar. The
No,
clock.
you don't know.
Oh,
what-
I love Cogsworth. He's like, turn back into a clock. Please turn with his wife, hugging him. That was so hilarious. My kids were laughing. Yeah, no, and some of the other songs that were really great.
And it was good. And when I didn't notice immediately when I noticed that for sure it was Obi-Wan, was the song Be Our Guest,
Be-
because it sounded like when he sang in Moulin Rouge. I'm like,
You know, I never
that's-
saw Moulin Rouge, but I knew he had training.
you
in
won't
that
like
one.
it.
I'm gonna watch it and love it. And love it.
You
won't like it,
love
Jim.
and love it.
Yeah, out of spite.
No, it's not your type of movie.
What does that mean? You thought I wouldn't like a lot of other movies? Is it because I'm
You
man
do it out of
and my
spite,
brain
though. No, because
won't
Moulin Rouge
understand?
is amazing, but it's not.
I know
for
it's a
everybody.
good movie.
No, but it's not for everybody. Moulin Rouge is the type of movie where you either hate it or you love it. Like, there's no in between with
How's
that
the
film.
story? Is the story good?
It's very. Oh, it's not for you, Jim.
Is the story good though?
Yes, it's so good.
Then I'll like it. Remember, I told you.
No, but I don't think you'll like the cinematography because it's so cartoonish. It's very exaggerated. It's
Like-
very dramatic, and
like-
that's not you.
like Sin City or like stylized, very stylized.
Yeah,
I like
It's
stylized.
a different. It's something.
I will tell you one movie I didn't like.
We digress. Let's go back to.
Okay,
let's go
sorry.
back to Beauty and
One
the
movie I
Beast.
didn't like though, Marie Antoinette, which I tried to watch
Oh, I
one
didn't
time,
like the
and I
movie.
was like, "Oh man, this is boring. When is it gonna get good?" I thought this is good.
I
and
don't think
turned it
I've
off.
ever finished watching that movie.
I turned it off. Yeah, because it was so. That's one anyway.
Wait, no. Yes, I did. That's the one with Kristen Dunst.
Yes,
Dunst.
Kirsten.
Whatever her name is.
Kirsten Dunst. Oh, old snaggletooth. That's what you're gonna call her.
I didn't
Oh.
say that. No,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the other Berlin girl. What's that
The
movie?
Berlin girl.
No, the other
The other Berlin girl.
Berlin.
I don't know what you're talking
It's the
about.
one with Keira Knightley and Scarlett Johansson. That's the one where I didn't finish watching, so it was super boring.
Okay, that's not Marie Antoinette.
I know. I remember. I know. Now I know.
With the
which one Marie-
costumes and the big dresses, and it
they
won a
didn't
bunch
even,
of
They didn't even
awards.
show where she got beheaded, right?
Spoilers? No, I never saw
That's
it.
history, Jim.
I know, but I never saw. I didn't finish watching the movie.
You're-
Okay, Chloe?
okay.
That was genuine.
Yeah.
That
So
doesn't make us feel any better.
how was it real yawn? Because you're really
It
boring me.
Sorry, guys.
So yeah, I'm gonna watch Moulin Rouge. I gotta watch Les
Les
Mis.
Mis.
Yeah, and then I gotta watch.
You may like Les Mis.
I
For sure
know, no,
Moulin
but
Rouge
I've
you
seen
won't
the
like.
movie. I've seen the movie with Qui-Gon Jinn was in it. The old one.
The old one.
Yeah,
No,
that's
watch
that
the
everybody
one
saw.
with Logan.
I know. And yeah, with Logan. Cool.
So back to the real conversation. What
so-
did you guys think of the Beast?
So Ian McGregor was in this movie. Yeah, so I didn't know that had happened.
She didn't try the gray stuff is something that bothered me. That is such a huge thing with the original 1991 film. The try the gray stuff, it's delicious.
Yeah.
And she licks it and it made everyone want to try it. So like Disney World and
Really?
Disneyland sell,
Gray stuff?
if you go to the restaurant Be Our Guest, and so they sell it. It's
Oh, really?
huge. There's like Pinterest boards. There's like a following for the gray stuff. Like that's what everybody knows about it. And she didn't try it.
You know, she didn't eat anything. That's also bothered me. She's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna eat this."
And they
little
kept taking it
quail."
away.
And they took it away. Did they
I
do that in
know.
the movie?
No,
She
she ate the. No, they didn't show her eat in 1991,
No.
except the gray stuff, which is why everyone wanted to eat it.
I didn't know that. I had no idea. But I thought that was cool. That song was cool. Also, Kevin Kline, Maurice. So I know him in some other movies, character act. Well, he's Kevin Kline as Maurice. He was cool. Like, it was cool that they didn't make him like this crazy old Maurice. Like, he's a joke in the village. Like, he actually was valued, I think, a little bit. Not made fun of him. Because when, what's his name? Gaston left him out there, they're like, is this true Gaston? They all kind of turned on him. And until, what's his name? LeFou kind of gave his testimony. No, like, yeah, we didn't do that. It's crazy old Maurice or whatever. And they even said crazy old Maurice.
What was funny?
But they
What
didn't.
was
say-
funny to
It's
me?
funny. It's funny
What
when
was so funny was in the animated film when the dad he goes
Yeah.
into the castle without knocking,
Mhm.
and he finds the furniture is talking. He is just chilling out with them. They're like, come over
Oh,
here,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
let's get warm.
They're happy to
Let's
talk
go
to
to the
someone,
fire.
yeah.
And he's like, okay. So like he goes and like he's just chilling out with them. And in this one, like he freaks out when
Which a person
Chip,
would, yeah. He's like, okay.
and he just runs away
Run.
from poor Chip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so cool. I thought that was
Yeah.
really funny. Good comedy also. What were we saying? Crazy Old Maurice. They didn't do the crazy old Maurice. He's always good for a laugh. And that's something I always say, like in every day. Like crazy old Claudia. She's always good
That's
for
where
a
you
laugh.
get that from.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
you say
animated
that,
one.
you jerk.
Oh yeah, went behind your back. Oh, no. No, I mean I just say that for everybody. But that's one thing that they didn't say. But they did say the crazy old Maurice line, which I was happy about. Yeah, also with the Gaston song, I love when he punches that guy in the stomach. Like,
Oh yeah,
just
that's assault. Like,
that's
what
my
are you-
favorite part.
What are you doing?
I thought he was so obnoxious. Like,
Oh, he was.
That's
It's
I
supposed to be.
he's so empty-headed, and I can
is.
see why Belle was so mad.
Mhm.
And you know how what I told you that Melinda was probably gonna get mad at me?
What?
I saw Melinda as Belle like the whole time. Like I saw you in her. Like this girl that likes to read. She doesn't like need a man that's by her side. And when they're trying to marry her off, like she's like, no,
Well,
I can be by myself. Or
I
like I
don't-
want to go to Paris and like do something else. I'm like, oh, that's
I don't-
totally Melinda.
I never.
It's super
She never
cool.
said that in the movie.
But she was
No.
like, she's like flat out, like, I'm not gonna marry you, Gaston. Like, you're super empty-headed. Like, she wanted more
Well,
for
also
herself.
Belle was a little. She called people simple. Like she said, they're simple folk. There must be more for me.
Well, she
out
and she
there.
told Gaston, she's like, I may
Yeah.
be a simple farm girl, but I'm not simple. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Have you seen that meme?
Sorry.
That-
Sorry.
Have you seen that meme where she's like, "Oh, hello, Mr. Breadman," or whatever it was, like the baker,
Mm.
and then it's a simple world. And he's like, "Well, f you." Then. Like, it's really funny. It's really funny because I mean, she's pretty much tearing
Oh, there
everybody
goes
down.
the baker with his tray, like always.
Yeah,
That line.
Yeah, and then like
That's
he's
rude.
like, "Well, that's rude, pretty much, but in a different way."
No, what you were talking about Gaston is
Mm-hmm.
that they didn't have it to the extreme of the original
Yeah.
film where he asked her, he's like, why are you reading? He's like, if you continue to read, he's like, you're gonna start having like original
Ideas,
thoughts and
yeah.
ideas and stuff. And Belle's like, you're crazy. Like, what are you doing? And they didn't have him to that extent.
Well, the town was kind of crazy when she invented her washing machine.
I thought that
and
was
then-
They had her as an inventor
Yeah.
instead of the dad.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, and that was also
Well,
an
they're
Emma Watson
tinkerers.
thing.
Both of them were like
Mhm.
very smart, and he taught her how to read and all this stuff. And then like her teaching the child how to read,
Yeah,
and then
that-
people
that's
getting
so
pissed about
mad,
it.
yeah.
You're like,
Her-
women should
No,
not learn how to read.
when they got mad at her. No, that made me mad when they
Yeah,
got mad
yeah,
at her for
yeah.
teaching a child.
It
It's
was like the
what
time
heck?
that she saved because she invented that washing machine. She saved time from washing, and so she took that time to teach a kid how to
Child, which is
read,
cool.
and the rest of the town's like, girls
Oh,
can't
hell
read.
no.
Get that
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, and the
We
town
we
got
don't need
pissed.
another
They just
woman who
threw her
reads in
clothes
this
on the floor
town.
like
I
jerks.
know, like that's rude. Now she has to rewash it.
No.
Yeah, that was like.
Yeah, so then there, yeah, but they didn't make Gaston, like I said, he was more like, I guess, really, he was obnoxious, and not everybody like really liked him. Like, what's his name? Paid for people to kind of sing and dance for him in the bar.
He was
And he's
very
like,
conceited.
sing-
Is he,
he
your
was
type of
conceited.
man? Conceited?
Oh,
No,
like
that's
cocky.
annoying. No,
Cocky. He's
a
very
plain-
very confident. You like
plain
that.
out there. No, that's too much. No, he didn't read. He didn't like value her learning. Like
He was a
He's
captain
super annoying.
in the army, though.
Yeah. So
Captain.
what are you trying to say, Jim?
I wasn't saying anything. I was just saying he was a captain.
No, he was.
Oh, now I
mean.
get it. Yes.
He was mean.
Yeah. How old was Gaston? And how old is Belle supposed to be?
Oh, no.
In the cartoon, do you remember?
Mm-mm.
Shit.
8,
I'm gonna pull Jim.
10,
8?
10 years
They're
older.
like 12 years apart, I
12
think
years
they
apart.
were.
Y'all are such.
I was just saying. So then, yeah, so you have Gaston, I mean, there. But do you remember, like in the film, she's 15,
I
16 or
remember
something
age.
in the
Mhm.
cartoon? But anyway. So here, they didn't, it really didn't matter. Like she wasn't a kid. Obviously, Emma Watson is a woman, an adult. How old is she now? Like 27? So yeah, so that was all right. And then you saw a bunch of cool stuff. And then the Beast. We haven't even talked about the Beast. There was cool character development what they added, I think, where they're like, yeah, we did nothing to you did nothing, she says, Belle says to them. Yeah, he's like, yeah, when his mom died and the dad raised him like a jerk or whatever, we did nothing to stop it. And that was cool. That was pretty cool.
I
that
love that they had him as a well-read
I was
monster,
gonna
that
say
he was like quoting Shakespeare, and like he
Yeah.
actually read the books in his library and
Yeah.
like making quips about
That was a
not
different-
knowing
that was a
Greek
good
and stuff.
difference.
I love that. I love that they made him well read,
Well, that's the only
as opposed to like the original one where she was teaching him how to read.
yeah, and like
Oh yeah,
no,
that's true.
and here he that's the only way that I see it, like, okay, as realistic as you can be, as Belle falling in love with him because he's intelligent.
They have something in common.
Yeah, they have something in common. And she's like, wait, you've read like these books in this
Mhm.
library and whatever, and she loved that. And him when he's like discussing with her why Romeo and Juliet is like cliche and
Mhm.
whatever, everybody
See,
loves
Melinda,
that one.
I was like, oh, when she finds her beast.
Or is
her Prince Charming.
You want me to marry a monster?
Monster.
Okay.
Oh.
Something that bothered me was when after the whole wolf scene
Mm-hmm.
happened and she was treating him or whatever,
Mhm.
that he was laying down in the bed, but he had horns. I'm like, how do you sleep in the pillow
so
with
comfortable.
beetles coming out of your head? I didn't understand it. And like he was just laying down like on the side. I'm like, but your horns are like
Poking
in
in.
the animated one, he had like little piquitos like that. But in this one, it's like, so like,
Yeah.
how do you sleep like that in a pillow?
Uncomfortably.
I didn't get it.
Well, the pillow
'Cause-
conforms to your horns. So.
No, but you would still feel
As
like
he
your
speaks
neck.
from experience.
Yeah,
'cause
when
he's
my horns
evil.
come out.
'Cause he's
Right.
evil
Yeah,
Jim.
when I suppress them. No,
I thought he was ugly.
I didn't even think of that.
Like the beast, that was like, oh man, they really made him hard to fall in love with. So
That's the whole point.
yeah, but it's like, damn. The only
What?
pretty thing was his eyes.
So I don't think you got the point of the movie.
Yes, I did.
Beauty lies within.
I know, but it's like they made him really scary. If
But
I was a
that's-
little
and-
kid, I'd be like, oh, he's scary.
So
mommy.
CG, it's gross.
He's so mean, mommy.
Is
No,
that
but
you,
that's-
Tarkin?
is
No, just kidding.
No, but that's the thing is like like people say that you fall in love with like with the eyes, like just
Mm.
staring at people or whatever. And I mean that's the thing is like when you look at someone's eyes, it's like you see them, and that's probably they kept
The
eyes,
windows
they
of the
kept real,
soul.
they kept his real eyes as opposed to everything being CG or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and one of my favorite scenes in the movie, the snowball scene with the song.
That
I
was
love that
so
song too.
funny. That
There's
was
something
good.
here that's what wasn't there before.
Oh,
or
when
something.
he
Well, yeah, she gets a little snowball in the cartoon. She hits him with the snowball, and he gets all like starts gathering this huge giant snowball and throws it, and it falls on top
And
of himself, right?
Yeah.
And in this one, which is super hilarious, and I loved it, was like he gathered a snowball this big and like hit her
Just
straight in the
and she
face.
like
She just
fell.
passes out.
Yeah.
It was. I thought that was funny.
I thought the
laughed
next.
out loud.
I literally thought she was gonna have a black eye. In the next scene.
No, I like that scene. It was really good.
Or like toilet paper
Like
in her nose. That'd be funny.
equality.
My
That
mom
was
said
pretty
Pablo
good.
was the beast because of that scene. Because
Because he would throw
when
somebody.
he first met my parents and his parents met my parents, like it was at Chuck E. Cheese's. No, not Chuck E. Cheese's.
Mhm.
Cece's,
Peter,
no.
oh, Peter Piper.
Peter Piper.
No.
Mr. Gaddy's.
Mr. Gaddy's.
Mhm.
And it was
Just like all the pizza places
Yeah.
they're naming.
Yeah.
and there was cupcakes, right?
Uh-huh.
I think it was his mom's birthday, my little brother's birthday, and Pablo like grabbed like a cupcake and I guess made me blow out the candle because we split birthdays, and
Mhm.
he just went, and my dad got so mad at him.
He did?
Yeah, because he thought it was super rough, but
Oh.
that's how Pablo and I
Well,
play around. And
That's
Pablo,
like a thing, like a Hispanic thing.
no, but
I
it
don't
was
think
like
I've-
hard, like up my nose, like. And so I guess that reminded my mom of that scene.
Yeah.
Pablo's the beast. Pablo's your beast.
Pablo's
That's Pablo and
the-
Claudia. And I was like,
Pablo,
does
meanwhile,
that
was like,
mean?
that's rude.
That's rude.
Pablo said
That's
that.
rude.
He's like, why am I the beast? What is she trying to say?
Why
I'm
isn't
like,
she the
"Oh,
beast?
Why isn't she the
beast? Wasn't she the
Yeah,
beast?
that's what he said.
That's
Not
my
me.
husband.
That's what he said. So yeah, that was super cool. I love that. We were cracking up. My kids and I were laughing and
That was
laughing and
funny.
laughing. So good. But and then then there was a lot of cool stuff. Any other moments before we get to the end
I don't
that you
remember.
like? You don't remember anything?
Like random ones.
When
What
did
about her
laugh?
costume?
Oh, that was hilarious when you first thought they were gonna make like this cool with that wardrobe and give her some cool clothes the first time, and
Oh,
like it's all
yeah, and
this
it was
crap, and then
gross.
she just
Yeah.
like steps out of it.
But I
was
felt
funny.
like her dress, like you could see, I guess her chones back in the day, those shorts.
No, those aren't chones.
Aren't
That's
those like
the-
old style
that's called
chones?
the you had a quinceañera,
fondo?
didn't you?
A what?
A quinceañera? You had a quinceañera?
Mm-mm.
You had
That's
your
racist.
quintillion? Or what?
Cotillion.
I had a debutante ball.
What?
Not
You
a
had another one?
not a
Bummer.
quinceañera.
Deborah. Okay. Did you
debutante
have the
ball.
big dress with the poof stuff on the inside?
The what's it called?
The ball
Insulation?
gowns?
No,
The crinolina?
Insulation? The pink stuff?
what's it called? The man, I forgot what it's
Petticoat?
called. Petticoat.
Kinos.
Yes, petticoat.
Kinos? Oh yeah.
Kinos.
I just came to my it just I was like, what the hell is that?
Petticoat,
Yeah.
No, but they were shorts with like little.
No, yeah, that's what it is. So you can ride a horse the right way, and for your dress not to like show
And
anything.
then she was lifting it from one side.
Oh,
and
you're
she
talking about
walks
her
into the-
original
her
blue,
blue
and white?
Yeah, like
Oh,
at the
okay.
beginning.
I like
her
that they
peasant
made.
clothes.
I like that they made it in this one. It was like blue jean, kind of right, like
Denim.
material,
Yeah, it was
denim,
very-
like denim. I like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a dress, like a blue ball gown that she was wearing. It was
Wait, you're talking about
the blue dress.
the blue dress
Yeah,
in the
because
beginning.
in the
Yeah.
cartoon it
It's like a
looks like
dress.
a,
It's
a
like
blue,
a
it's like
silk
a maid-
blue dress.
No, it
Silk?
doesn't.
And it has a mantel in the front.
No, her regular
The
costume.
blue dress that she wears.
The peasant clothes.
Yeah.
It's
Why are you
not
calling
silk.
it peasant? She's a farmer. Calm down. It's
Peasant
peasant.
to the king.
no, that's not even a
prince.
thing. She wasn't a peasant.
She was a
She was a
spinster.
farmer. That's no, she wasn't.
No, Gaston tells her
You
spinsters
don't wanna-
don't have a future in
No,
this
he
town.
says you don't want to be a spinster. She wasn't a spinster.
Who's
I
a
thought-
spinster?
It's a sexist term for females who
That's so?
are
Oh,
a certain age
that's
and
right.
aren't married. It's,
Oh,
That's
spinning.
so. Oh yeah,
Like
where
that.
he's like, you know, or you'll be like old Agatha over there, or the hag. No
Mhm.
offense, like to the hag or whatever.
So
That was
mean to
hilarious.
that lady.
And then she was the oracle, the enchantress.
And I told Pablo, no, Pablo wasn't even with me. I told my little sister, like that's.
interchangeable husband
I
and little
know.
sister.
I told my little sister that's gotta be the witch because she looked like
Yeah.
the witch from the beginning. Yeah, she was like,
I
"What's
didn't,
that?"
I didn't know, but I was like, yeah, that's the witch.
Why do you laugh? I go
Obviously.
to the movies with my husband all the time.
I know.
Just one time I went
but
with my
it's funny
sister.
that you're like, oh, I told Pablo. Oh wait, no, it was my little sister.
He plays different roles.
They look so alike, yeah. So then that was cool stuff. They Maurice left, or when Belle left, that was cool. Like it was like in the cartoon where he let her go. You know, how can I fall in love with you if what you're a prisoner, you're keeping me here, whatever.
and then in the 2017 version, he had that was one of the original songs,
Mhm.
Evermore. I think that was such a good song. Like I need to buy the soundtrack for like.
Was that when the Beast was singing it
specifically-
right when she left?
Yeah, like specifically for that song,
Oh.
it was such a good original song. I hope that one gets nominated for an Oscar for best original song.
Really, I didn't feel it so much. I mean, I saw it. I'm like, but I'm not. Again,
You're
you
like, I'm
sweat.
not the Beast. I
I'm
want
like-
Gaston back.
I was like, where's the son? Is he? He's here. He's almost here. Right? No, he I like again, like with the music, I guess I have to listen to it again, maybe the second time I hear it.
I
Because you
love
have no
Like
taste in
I
music and
do.
soundtracks.
Oh no, soundtracks like I guess well like musicals. It has to. I need to even with albums. I need to listen to it again. I just don't fall in love with the song right
Oh, I
away.
do. Like the first time I'll know whether I'll hate it or I'll love it. First listen.
Yeah. What'd you
You
think?
love what?
I love that scene where he shows her that book. I thought that
Oh,
was
that was
like
cool.
That was
That was
amazing.
new.
new.
That
Yeah.
was new.
And they traveled
Mm-hmm.
to
They
that one
physically
place she could
traveled
go anywhere.
to the world. That was just like an image. I told my kid,
Yeah.
it's in her
I thought it was
head.
imagination.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought that
imagination
too.
land. And then like, oh, she actually grabbed
She grabbed
something.
the heart thing. I'm like, the flower, the rose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the
I thought
pen
it
or
was
whatever it was.
imagination also. I'm like,
Yeah, but she went to see what happened to her mom,
That
and
was cool.
They
The
didn't
everything
go
was
into
flashback.
that in
sad.
the first one,
No,
the
not at all.
original,
It's just she don't have
about the mom.
mom.
You just assume like, oh,
Yeah, she
something
died.
happened to the mom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no
because
mom.
Walt
Like
Disney
Walt Disney
well.
and his
and
single
his mom
moms.
things.
There you go.
But yeah, I was like, oh, that's so sad, and the mask and everything.
I thought that was cool because that reminds me of Assassin's Creed. When I
Mm.
played any Assassin's Creed game, they all the
Reminded
doctors
me of
had
Inferno. I
gotta
was
kill him,
like,
stab the.
yeah, it's super fresh.
What'd you think of her yellow gown?
I thought it was cool, like but
the
I
iconic
expected
yellow
more.
gown.
Yeah,
I don't know if it can live up to it.
I
You
loved
did?
it. I thought it was so beautiful, especially like the added touches when
the
the
little
dresser put
sprinkly
the little
things.
sprinkle.
Yeah.
It was such a pretty dress, and like we know that, like we grew up with that. I'm pretty sure you did. Like you wanted that dress. You wanted that yellow dress.
I have a picture of me in that dress, but I
Yeah,
was fat. and it
Everyone
did not
has
look
that
good.
dress.
You have that
One like
dress?
one Halloween, we were all
You gotta share
Belle.
them, guys, for the artwork. for the
I'll
album
look it
artwork.
up. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, we've all been Belle for Halloween, like
Yeah.
when we were kids, and so like seeing it in real life that wasn't, from JJ's Party House or whatever, that like in cartoon, it was. I loved it. I
You
really
mean
liked
La
it.
Pulga?
La pulga.
Okay.
Okay, Jim.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't like. I saw the dress. I was like, all right, cool. Like, I mean, it's the iconic dress. The Beast though, with the suit, the blue, that was pretty cool when they did that whole scene where they're getting him ready
Getting
and
him
brushing his
ready.
teeth. And
I didn't like his
like
like
his
rags that he
nails.
had. They looked too perfectly cut to be rags.
Oh.
Like it looks like
his cash clothes, his
the one that he just had, like just
Yeah.
chilling in his castle. Like
His
it looked like
undershirt.
the costume designers like sit down and like cut the rags to
okay.
make it like
It was still
they
appealing.
wanted it.
like
They
it-
wanted it to look like rags,
Yeah.
but it looked too perfectly cut
Sure.
to be perfect rags.
Yeah.
I thought. I don't know. That's
I
just
didn't
me.
mind him. I didn't mind him. And then I liked when they did the whole like, I mean, the wolf scene, of course, going back to that, where he, throw the wolves off. That's my favorite part. Like, it's cool. It's one of the cool parts in the cartoon and the movie. And also, I don't think in the cartoon she gets him back to the castle, but here she's like, "You need to help me. You need to stand because I can't carry you." And
Yeah.
in the cartoon, like
you don't see that.
Yeah, you don't see that. I'm like, how the heck did she get him back?
I like that she was in.
She
in
tied him to the
this
horse
one,
and dragged him.
I know that she was able to. That she tried to escape.
Oh yeah.
'Cause she
Didn't she
didn't-
try to do that?
Not.
Yeah, I think she was.
no.
She had like the same thing where she was gonna escape out the window,
I don't think so.
and they came in
I don't remember
and
that.
invited her to dinner.
I think you're talking about the movie from yesterday.
Maybe, but
I don't
think
remember.
I remember that.
I don't
I
remember
could have
her.
sworn she did that in the cartoon.
I don't remember because I mean I don't remember the animated one. I mean exactly,
Mhm.
but honestly, like I do not remember her ever trying to escape
Out the window.
out the window.
Okay, I do. It's weird. We'll have to figure it out, and then you'll know. But yeah. So toward the end, you had a bunch of cool stuff when they lockpick. I mean, they get captured, and the whole "Kill the Beast" song was very cool. Like, there's a lot of people going to that castle, and the whole fight between them was awesome. It was fun, a lot of fun. And then freaking Gaston shooting him like 4 times, right? He shoots him once in the back, and then he shoots him, I think, is it 4 times or 3 times, something
It
like
was
that?
no, it was like twice.
No, he shoots him
shot
3
him
at least.
3.
Yeah, 3.
He shot him once in the
when he
back.
first got there, and then
The
twice
second
again.
time, oh yeah, it was twice.
And then he reloaded, shot him, and then that thing
And then he
broke and
died.
he fell. Which in the cartoon, he just stabs him and loses his footing, being a dummy, and falls. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. And then LeFou, he's like, I was on Gaston's side and now I'm not. Oh, I forgot to mention in that Gaston song, the whole thing at the end where he's like, G A
I don't know because I'm
Yes,
illiterate. I
yeah,
love that.
that was
I
really
love
cool.
that. He's
That's a
like,
good
maybe there's a
addition.
double N. I don't know
Yeah,
because
I
I'm
think there's two
illiterate.
T's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's another T. That was really good.
Yeah, that was funny.
But that turn where he's
I
now a
like
good
that
guy. That's
that
cool.
he started using like him and Mrs. Potts teamed up and started like
Mhm,
squirting
mhm.
everyone. I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah, she was good. All the characters are really good. But yeah, there's some cool parts at the end. Heartbreak moments when he dies. Pretty much, the beast dies. Did you guys shed any tears?
We knew the end of the movie. Yeah, we knew
Yeah,
the
we knew
happy
the end of the
ending.
movie.
Spoilers? No, I didn't.
No, I
No,
didn't shed any
but I mean,
tears.
like you're crying right now, Claudia. Why are you crying?
Stop saying that because you're gonna
Because
make me
she's
cry.
Claudia. No.
Whenever he says that, I
You're
cry.
you're remembering when the beast died.
Don't
Why are
put
you
thoughts in her
crying?
head, Gaston. What are you doing?
No, so then that was, I mean,
Stop, Jim.
Such a jerk.
Jedi mind power.
No, that's what Sith Lords
I
do. A
know.
Jedi wouldn't purposely make someone cry.
It's a good color.
For those that don't know, whenever Jim says that I'm crying, I actually cry. I don't know why.
You're such a jerk.
Only
You
with
you
Jim.
know this. We've talked about it, and you still make her cry.
It's okay. He came back. He lived.
HR. There's
He
a
lived.
bully in our office.
So anyway, so that happened, and it was pretty heartbreaking. Everybody was turning into their inanimate object. So now
Oh,
I'm crying.
that
Yeah, that was
scene
pretty
was
sad.
super
That was
sad.
super sad.
Mhm.
Seeing them all like kind of freeze and like it's been an honor,
Mm.
like Cogsworth,
Mm.
and then he turns into a clock.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's be
Mrs.
a-
Pot. Like,
And then
where's
Mrs. Pot,
where's
oh, looking
Chip?
for her.
and Chip almost died.
It was Harry Potter moment. Where's my boy? Or like Chip. So yeah, and then she like just hardens up and turns into
And then the
Chip
thing
falling. I'm coming
catches-
surfing, and then he comes. I
With
thought
the
he
saucer like just flying, and then the coat hanger saves him.
catches.
I
Oh
got
man,
I for real got
That was
scared.
scary.
My
That
heart
was-
skipped a beat.
What would you have
It's-
done if they have
it slowed down. It slowed down so much
Mhm.
where he was gonna hit and
So
break.
close to dying.
Yeah, he was gonna. That was crazy. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, if they had killed him, man, that would have been like.
That'd have been a twist.
Yeah.
Or I thought he was gonna turn into a boy and just hit the ground roll.
Oh,
Yeah. So, but then they saved him, put him up there, and then
That's
he
another
froze.
thing. In the original, he had siblings. He had brothers and sisters, and in this one, he was an only child.
They all broke.
That's rude.
Possible. He had a chip, and have you seen that meme also, where like he turns back into a boy, and then like he's missing a part of his brain, his skull.
That's mean. No. The
Yeah.
last time I went to Disney World, I bought the actual like teacup where it's
Mhm.
like a mug. It's a mug that's of Chip, and it's so cute. I love it so much. I've never used it though because it's so fragile. I'm like,
Like
Like a cat.
yeah.
So yeah, that was a pretty scary moment. Then everybody transforms. But yeah, when they all were freezing, that was pretty powerful. And it was a long scene too, where
Mhm.
it went through every character.
What I pictured when I thought about like the way the directors
Yeah.
and like the videographers or whatever were they were filming still furniture for
Mhm.
probably hours. I'm sure that scene lasted
Sure.
just like all like the close-ups and like the long one,
Mm.
and it was super emotional because the song they're playing. I'm like, if you play this like muted or with no
doesn't have any-
song, you're watching for 5 minutes inanimate furniture like doing nothing, and I'm like, this must have been fun for like the audio, like the grips, like all those people, like what were they doing?
Yeah, that's true. It's funny. And then everybody happy ending. It transforms. They did the same effect too. The yellow glow around the prince and the rays of light and all that, and him transforming back. That was cool.
I was like, turn back into a beast. I'm good.
Really?
I was like,
With the long hair.
No,
You
his
didn't
long
like-
that
hair.
scene was ugly.
But even in the cartoon, I remember
He had
that.
a nice ponytail.
He had a really pretty.
Like from the
I don't
front,
think it was-
kind of looked like a mullet. Like from the front, he looked good, but then inside, you saw he had a ponytail. When this one, he just had like long, like the way I wake up in the morning. I'm like, no.
He's been a beast for how many?
You can't comb your
several
hair,
years
like
now.
a little conditioner.
A little conditioner. That scene at the end where they're dancing and
Mm-hmm.
her dress is so pretty.
It
That was a
is, and her
completely new
shoes Were
dress.
so pretty.
That was a completely new dress that
Mhm.
I think little girls are gonna be wanting it because it was
Yeah.
just super
What was it,
pretty.
different
it was
patterns,
It
or
was
what was it?
white,
White.
with like flowers,
Yeah.
and her shoes were super pretty. It was such a pretty outfit.
Yeah, that was
But what
a
kind of freaked me
beautiful
out was
scene.
what she said. She's like, "How would you feel about growing a beard?" I'm like, "Oh, that's gross. That's bestiality."
Oh.
I got grossed out. I didn't like that scene. I could have done with the whole scene, and then she said that. I'm like, oh, I got I got so cringy. I'm like, oh no, I don't like that.
And then he was like,
yes, he growled.
No, but he growled like a monster.
Real growl.
No, he growled like a sexy weird.
No, it was the animal
a real
sound.
growl.
Like,
no, it was
like
a real growl.
No, I heard like.
Okay, everybody growl. We've all done it. No,
it was a real beast growl. I'm not gonna growl like that.
Do it.
Growl. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
growl
you
like
did
that.
it. You did it.
No, it was.
Oh, my pelito's gonna blue.
Dude, yeah, I got so cringy that scene, like the whole dance. I'm like, oh, so nice. The dad's painting them. They look so nice. And then that whole scene, I'm like, oh no, I crawled into a shell. I didn't like it. I got grossed out. I didn't like that scene.
Now that you say it that way, I'm like, ooh, because I hadn't thought about it that way.
Yeah.
It's like gross.
Who cares?
It's
Bestiality is real.
Do you know the Little Mermaid was a fish before, right?
She got legs, Jim.
Yeah, but they weren't there before.
You know, King
There must be something there that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
She almost sang that
She's
piece.
half fish. She's half fish. So anyway, yeah. So it was a good movie. All that cool stuff, happy ending. It all came together. There's some weird stuff though. Before we end, I was at Walmart and I saw the Belle toy, like the doll.
That's a meme.
And I didn't know that. You explained it to me. And so I was like, there's just something weird about this. The Emma Watson Belle doesn't look.
They've been comparing the doll to like Justin Bieber, to like Steven Tyler, like pobrecitos. Like I feel bad that they compare him, but yeah, the doll does not.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It doesn't. No, it's not. I mean, she was fine. She did really well. Emma Watson, and we haven't talked too much about her. Either.
She's Belle. Like she also loves to read, and she's also a nerd. Like
that's pretty much her. She played herself.
She did. Just the singing, I didn't like it. What I did like is that they added new characters, like the piano. What did they call him?
Oh yeah,
it was like a pun also on his name.
Wasn't there also like an evil organ in the movie? I don't know. I was waiting for that evil organ with a big pipes that were like.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, there's a scene where there's an evil organ, and I was remembering that maybe it was that organ that gets her to go to the West Wing, and that's why she gets super curious about the West Wing.
She did that on her own.
No, she went to the West Wing out of anger in the original one.
Because he told her not to.
Because that was after. Okay, so she did something, and the Beast got mad and he yelled at her, and so she got mad, and so instead of running to the East Wing, she ran to the West Wing, like she was mad. She did out of anger.
But there was an evil organ in my memory.
We gotta check that out.
Like the whole movie, I was waiting for the evil organ.
I think you're thinking of Phantom of the Opera.
No, there was an evil organ that would blow the pipes and.
No, that's not the song.
That's not Beauty and the Beast.
I'll show you guys the evil organ.
I honestly don't remember that.
I remember
that. Stanley Tucci, or what's his name? Stanley Tucci? What's his name? Stanley Tucci?
Keep going.
What's his name? Stop,
I don't know who you're talking about.
The one, like the famous Stanley who played the piano. He came out.
Flat Stanley.
Who's Flat Stanley? I literally gave you his first and last
name.
I
knew it.
Oh my gosh. That's what the Beast sounded like.
This one.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Let me see.
I honestly do not remember that.
Yeah.
That's a magic
comes
miracle.
out. No, his
That's
name is Forte.
Forte, that's good.
Forte.
Well, now they had. Well, Google the Beauty and the Beast 2017 new piano man.
New piano.
I liked his name. What's his name? Stanley Tucci?
Oh, it's because it's Beauty and the Beast: The Enchanted Christmas.
Which nobody saw.
That's not real. That's not canon. That's not canon.
It's not canon. It's like that's the only one I watched.
I know. I'm like, I don't remember that at all.
I remember. It's not a canon thing.
No, I'm sure it is. It's just like canon, it's like Pocahontas 2. Like no one cares about
Nobody
it.
cares.
Oh,
A Brave New World.
Well, I remember that
called.
evil organ. I was like, he's missing. Where is he? Now I know.
Or like Little Mermaid 2.
I watched all of them.
Melody.
And then the third one, she has a kid.
No, that's the second one.
So
she
you're
has
not
Melody.
ready for children. You just made that face when you mentioned a child. She has a kid.
Disney, they don't need kids. They're good by themselves.
And then the mom's there.
Thanks, Jim. My fate light is disappearing.
Morning McFly. yeah, so I guess just to wrap things up, what score would you give it? Or you had one. What did you think that I was gonna
No,
give it?
you have to say it, and then I have to see if I was right.
Okay, no, but that's the okay.
No, I wrote it down.
All
I
right,
can't
cool.
change. I
True,
can't change
true.
it.
What'd you think?
So I would give it an 8. So it was really, I felt that there
It's
was,
too long.
I loved it, but at times it was a lot of singing. Like I was like, oh, another song. Like I got to that point where my
Okay.
sister and I and my mom too, like it's like another song.
It's
okay,
a
another
musical.
3-minute song, and it just like I was like, okay, just move on with the story. But it was really good. So I would say 8.5, 8.
Jelly donuts. Yeah, I guess if there was something I would say, the songs were great because you love the songs, but they did drag just a little, and I would agree with her. Sorry, but there were like just like I think like be our guest. I love it, and then like oh you like, it? And then it's like oh, and it's still going, it's still going, it's going. But in the movie terms, I don't know what's wrong with this. But that's how I felt.
So,
And
yeah.
on that one, and then again, I didn't feel the Beast one so much. And I think that's really it. I don't
So
know.
what was your score? I feel like you're gonna change your score
I'll have it right
purposely,
here.
so I'm just because you want me to be wrong.
9 out of 10.
You're such a liar.
I
You would
did
not
not
have
change it right
given it
now.
a 9.
I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Coming out of the movie, you would not have given it a 9.
I did. I was super excited
You're
after the
such a
movie.
liar,
I'm not
Jim.
lying. I did not touch it right now. I didn't touch it. You saw me. I didn't touch it. 9 out of 10. I said jelly D. Even. What I didn't like, not much, except for that part. Everything else I liked. What was my score? What did you think I was gonna give it?
I think I put like 6.5.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I liked it, but I don't know if you knew that I like Beauty and the Beast that much.
No, I knew that you liked it, but
Mhm.
you're Jim. I don't know.
What? What is wrong?
Jim.
You see? What do you see me as? Like you
Come
won't
on,
like
you
that
don't like
movie.
Mulan.
There's a lot of talking, Jim.
LaRouche.
You wouldn't understand.
Something
Yeah.
else.
Huh?
That you don't like Mulan LaRouche.
Moulin
Moulin
Rouge.
Rouge.
You don't like your friend Moulin LaRouche.
You're
Mulan.
not gonna like that movie, and you're probably,
gonna
and I
bet you.
know you're gonna like it now because I'm saying it. You're gonna like it out
No.
of spite.
No, I'm not. Because if it's a good story, I will like it.
That's baloney because I told you that also with La La Land, and now you're like, oh, it's my favorite soundtrack.
No, La La Land was a really good movie. The music grew on me. I didn't like the first song. Now I like the first song.
Their garbage singing, really, that's
Yeah,
what you
that's
like,
what
and
I
that's
like
what
the
you
most.
listen to. I'm telling you, out of spite.
No, it's not out of spite.
It's because you didn't want me to be right.
Sorry, Emma.
No, it's not.
Emma,
Emma
Emma
Gosling.
Gosling.
Emma Watson and wait, what? Emma Stone
Emma
and
Stone.
Ryan Gosling.
I'm not sorry.
What?
Your singing sucked.
She's
I liked it. I liked it.
If you're watching this, it's
They're
only her.
Not.
Yeah, I
I'm
enjoyed
sure
your
they
singing.
know that their singing wasn't great.
I enjoyed both of your singing.
Me too.
I didn't. It was bad.
John Legend, not so much.
He was the only good singing in
Get
the
out
whole
of here, John
movie.
Legend. Pass. No, so what are we talking about? Yeah,
Your
9 out of 10. What's your
fake
score?
Like
Like, because
an,
you liked it, I'm gonna
you
hate it.
liked it. I'm giving it a 4. No,
That
it's probably
means
like
it's
an
trash.
8.
Okay.
Because I wish there was more singing, but I'm not giving it the full like 9 or 10 because of her singing.
Sure.
It wasn't that great, but I wish there was more singing. Like that Evermore song from The Beast was so good.
And that dude can
I
sing, though,
want
right?
to, yeah. I want, like, I need to buy the soundtrack, so I want to listen to that song. And then Lumiere, Ewan McGregor did an amazing job of Be Our Guest, and I just love the music. I
Yeah,
love the
one of those,
soundtracks.
like you said,
I'm actually
Moulin
a
Rouge.
fan of the songs, unlike you guys who hate musicals but continue to watch them.
Two songs that
No, I
I
don't
like
know.
all the other songs. I like all the original Disney songs.
I wish there was more songs. The first song was an original song, and it was really good.
I don't even remember it. Sorry.
Why do y'all watch movies? Like right now, honestly, I see you the way like you see Claudia with like Star Wars and
Really?
her.
No, but I like the movie. The way I see
What
Claudia.
the heck? How do you see me, Jim?
Linda. That's the
Jim
Jim
face.
I don't know what that is, man.
That's a Jim face.
Thanks, Claudia.
You're like
Ray Charles, like, that's messed up. All right, so what's your score? You said
probably an 8 because I
8.
wish there was more singing.
More singing. Okay.
And because I loved that Belle was a feminist, and I really like that. Like,
I thought the first Belle was too, though.
not as much though,
Like she was her own
because
person.
I don't remember her ever trying to escape. I feel like she thought she was trapped.
Let's see. Let's check it out.
Okay.
So this is exciting for everyone, and probably gonna run out of batteries. But yeah, no, we enjoyed.
Exciting for everyone. Proving me wrong on camera. That's the exciting part.
No, you're building a narrative again. No, I meant me trying to find if she did escape or not, because I do remember it, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe it's in that Christmas movie Claudia was talking about.
Beauty and the Beast.
I'm sure she escaped.
A Crazy Summer.
She escaped.
Like a third
A
one.
Crazy Summer.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast. Something
Winter-
Christmas.
Something Christmas. You know, I do remember that art from that movie. I mean,
The Enchanted Christmas.
yeah, I do remember because she had like a snow dress or something,
like a
red
red
one.
coat with
Yeah.
a flurry.
Did
That
she
was
have that
also
in
in
the
the
movie?
original
Oh
movie.
yeah, that's right.
When she's in the snow.
True, and that was cool. They're like it was snowing in back to that
They're like,
in June or something.
winter in June.
Crazy old movies. Yeah, I always went back to that. Last part was, oh, what's your name with the brush, which is really funny.
Oh yeah, that was a funny one.
That's a
Like,
hairbrush.
that's a regular brush.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
no, that
funny.
was good. There was a lot of like snippets where like I laughed out loud. That was good. I liked it. I liked that she was a feminist. Like that was so good. I like that Emma Watson had that, because if it would have been like a rando or whatever, I doubt they would have been like happy
Played it
to have
that
this
way.
play. They would have been like, okay, like give me the role. I don't care. The way
Mhm.
Cinderella was. I don't know who that.
Who was
I'm
Cinderella?
sorry, no offense. I don't know who that actress
Did
was.
they sing in that movie? Was there any singing
No.
in Cinderella?
I don't remember. No, there wasn't.
Cinderella, that wasn't in there.
No,
Dang
but did you watch it? Cinderella live action, dude.
Yeah,
it
it kind of
sucked.
dragged.
No, like
It was a bad movie.
it was a bad movie, and the fact that they photoshopped her waist to be this tiny. What does
They
that say?
did?
Like the little girls who are watching it for the first time. That was it sucked. I didn't like that. I don't know.
Cool.
I'm looking forward
It's been
to
a while, but
What's
I
next?
remember.
Mulan. My favorite.
Mulan.
Are they gonna get an
Rouge.
Asian character?
Yes.
Oh, they are?
Is it gonna be that little girl from Disney Channel?
They haven't cast the
What's her
Mulan
name?
yet.
Moana.
Not Moana. She's
Are you gonna be racist? Like that's the only
No.
Asian person you know?
no, the one that would come out now that like the Disney
Oh.
Channel shows.
Wendy
And
Lou. Wendy
Brenda
Wu.
Song.
Brenda Song, there you go. No, not her.
She's not even an option. I saw like the 5 people
is
that they're
it?
deciding on, and she's not one.
No.
Who is it?
I don't know who they are.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, that's good. When they're unknowns, you
I
kind of
like that. That's what I mean. That's what I wanted with Star Wars. Like
Yeah.
when
That's what we
before
got.
Episode 7 came out, all I hoped, like I prayed every single night. I'm like, please, like I want nobodies in this
Ray.
film. I don't want to
nobody.
have, because I have always that premature like the first thing I see an actor with, like that's what it's gonna
That's who
determine
they
whether I
are.
like him or
Yeah.
not. And so I didn't want to know whether I hated or liked the person beforehand, and I love that I didn't know them. So fingers crossed.
That's a good
I'm
thing.
hoping that they change the script though, because they leaked the Mulan script and it was super sexist.
I heard you said there's no singing, right?
In
You
what?
said in the new Mulan that there's not going to be any songs.
Who said that?
I read that somewhere.
If-
Hopefully they change it.
Disney.
Maybe with the success of Beauty and the Beast,
I hope
they'll throw them
so,
in there because that's what people
because
want.
Cinderella sucked and there's no singing.
Yeah,
but
did they go with like an edgy thing? Is that why in Cinderella it was like an edgy?
No, it wasn't edgy. It was
Oh,
super
like the Dark
fairy
Knight?
tale. Like,
Oh.
oh, I'm a damsel in distress.
I don't even remember
I hate this so
Cinderella.
much. No, because back then we were young and we didn't know about
Yeah.
like, oh, we have rights too as women. What? We didn't know that.
we can read.
We can read. We didn't have that, but now that we know that we are literate, we want the rights. But no, they leaked the supposed Mulan script, and it was apparently they were gonna focus it on what's his name, Li Shang,
Mm-hmm,
on the dude,
mm-hmm.
on a man.
The movie's called Mulan.
The most feminist movie.
I know.
That's
Oh
weird.
no!
And,
Can you imagine how upset I was when I read that? I was so hurt by it. I'm like, are you kidding me, Disney? Like, this is my favorite Disney princess, and you're giving the main role to a dude. Really, really.
There you go.
I hope they change it.
Yeah, and I don't know with the music, so hopefully that comes back because the songs kind of grew on me because I wasn't a big Mulan fan because I had never seen it like you guys
You
saw
weren't a
it.
big what fan?
Mulan.
Mulan fan.
Mulan.
Mulan fan.
What?
Mulan.
You said Mulan.
Mulan. M-O-O, right? No, I'm just kidding. Mulan.
Mulan. Why?
I don't know why I did that. But yeah, I don't know. So hopefully it's good. Jungle Book. I like that. That's a good one. Favorite Disney princess?
The Lion King.
Nala.
They're gonna make that one
It
into
wasn't
live
even
action.
Nala.
Who was it? Nairobi.
Sarabi.
Sarabi.
Nala's the
Sriracha.
girlfriend of
Sriracha.
Sarabi. Whatever, guys.
Okay, sorry.
She was a princess when she married Simba.
Wait, that was his mom, though, right?
Yes.
Nala.
Nala. So who was your favorite one again?
I don't remember what I said.
Sarabi.
The
What's
mom?
her name? Yes.
Is that what I said?
Mufasa. Mufasa's wife is who you liked. It's who you said in the previous podcast. Link
I
below.
never watch
Yeah.
it. I just like Lion King.
You didn't say Nala, for sure.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure you didn't say Nala.
It was
You seen those
Nala. It was
memes with
Sarabi.
Nala, like all the faces or like the stuff in the Disney movies? Like in Cinderella, I think, or I don't remember which one it was. The guards where they like look at her butt as she's walking by, things like that, like their eyes. It's funny. It's a funny meme thing.
I don't like that. I don't like watching the things that'll ruin your Disney childhood or whatever. I do not read those.
I
I don't
think
like them
I
because I
noticed
don't want my childhood to be ruined because
yeah.
it's still intact.
Yeah.
And I still see happy stuff when I think Disney. So I don't. I mean, aside from like the sexist stuff, I still see happy.
Happiness.
Sexist aside.
Plague. Yeah. So anyway, that was our review on Beauty and the Beast,
And Moulin
2017.
Rouge and Les Mis and the animated 1991 version
Yeah,
and
What was the other one? La La
and
Land
Star
again.
Wars. La La Land.
What was the thing we were talking about that you were talking about? Beauty and the Beast
Enchanted
Christmas.
Enchanted
Christmas.
Christmas. That was a good movie too.
Sure it was.
Frozen also. We talked about
Frozen
Olaf.
Olaf,
and Elfo.
Elfo.
Yeah. So yeah, those were discussion on all that stuff. Battery's running out or card is running out. So thanks for joining us. My name's Jim.
Claudia.
And Melinda.
Have a nice day.
Or not.
I don't
Great
know.
job, Melinda. You're sitting down and you said
Belinda.
Melinda. I said, great job, Melinda.
No, you said Belinda.
No, I didn't. I said Melinda.
A double slap.
Great job, Melinda.
So both of us were wrong?
I'm glad you're doing Slap Now, the proper Batman meme, and not the coffee that didn't exist.
What?
It's funny.
You're getting ready with that filter.
She
How
called
you
you
know
funny.
who you're really...
She called you funny.
Got
Yeah.
Where did you guys
Melinda's
get that
super
definition
funny.
from?
She's so funny. She gets ready with a Snapchat filter. Thanks, friend.
With the pretty Snapchat filter.
Well, yeah, so I can see like how
The possibilities.
like, a parallel universe me hopes to look, just like always with like little ears and like
A mask.
eyelashes and like eyeshadow and a little button nose.
Perfect.
We're telling us about your crazy stories. I'm like, I did nothing. I chilled at the library.
Like a good girl.
For like 5 minutes before closing, I'd get a book and go check it out just to be a
I
jerk.
know.
I like to make my librarian think that I wasn't going to turn in my book on time. But I
Yeah,
actually
but I
But 2
would.
minutes before.
I would
I
come
just
I
made her
wouldn't.
sweat it out. That was my highest adrenaline
live
moment.
dangerously.
I just took that risk. Are you ready, host?
Did you call him a what?
Host.
Called me a hoe. You ready,
Host.
hose? She called both of us. That was
I
plural.
said ready,
No.
host.
She said, "Are you ready,
And
hose?"
she looked at you, Jim.
I said
Out of
host.
respect. All right.
Oh, I
think
just
got it.
popped my pocket. That feels good.
The thread.
Now I can put my hand in there.
Why would you want to?
So I can put money in there someday.
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 You make a hole in my Calvin Klein slacks, and I can poke it out.
Okay.
No, you're
Shout out.
fancy. Shout out Kevin Klein slash.
Shout out Calvin Klein.
Hashtag blessed.
Yeah, they were good deals.
Gap.
No,
The
Gap
Gap.
is cheap. The Gap
Oh,
is
it might be
expensive, no?
Gap. What?
No.
What? Yeah, you gave
That's the
us.
same thing.
I'm thinking of Old Navy, never mind.
Still, there's not the Old Navy and Old Navy.
I always
No, well, there's like limited 2 and the limited.
See, te dije.
And
But
guys, welcome to the Gym podcast.
Jim and Melinda show.
not even me. Jim goes on tangents. I didn't even give my rating in the last movie because Jim never stopped talking.
It's because you were sick.
I wasn't. Logan was the last
Oh, yeah,
one.
that's right.
You're so funny.
You're so funny, Melinda. She's always. I don't know.
I don't mean it in a bad way.
You do every time you say
It's
it.
by occasion.
So
Depends what I'm talking about.
I don't
Yeah.
think that you've ever said something that was actually funny when you started a sentence with,
you're like,
that person's so funny.
it's so funny.
It's usually an insult.
They don't know their password.
Well, if the shoe fits. Just kidding.
Whoa, why did you hit me in the
Because you're
head?
like clicking your teeth. You're like,
I wasn't.
Is
I
that
was
clicking?
thinking.
Is that like a thing?
he's like,
Thanks, guys.
hey, Jim.
I thought you were my friend. But I guess that. It's like the sloth.
That's Jim's face.
What is that
You jerk.
face?
When I'm like throwing shit and he's like, when he doesn't want to say, I agree with you, but it's true.
That's a sloth from freaking Zootopia.
That's Jim. Say something, Melinda, so I can pull a Jim. You're right, but I'm not gonna say yes. So it's a yes, no.
I don't think I ever do
I've
that.
never seen him do that face in my whole life.
He just did it when I was saying.
Because I was
the
like
shoe
dumbfounded
fits.
by what you said.
He's like,
It's because you caught me off guard with, because you're so funny, Claudia.
It's so funny that you make that impression of me.
you're so funny. I got the you're so funny from you. I am sure.
Probably.
Wrap that up.
When I say stuff now, all Jim does is correct me.
I don't.
All you do is correct me. Yesterday I
don't.
was talking about bread. You're like, breads?
Breads?
Yes, I know what I said.
No, I'm trying
I
to
said
remember.
7. You said that you had eaten
thought it
2
was-
bagels in a day. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
that's gross. That's like 7 breads like, crammed in together. You're like, breads. Breads.
I think I was trying to figure out if that was correct or not. Bread.
That was 7 bread.
7 slices of bread?
I say what I want, Jim.
Okay,
I
no.
said
Say what I
7
want.
breads.
I'm not correcting you right now. I was trying to find the solution. It's 7 slices of bread, right?
Also, I asked Martha yesterday how she says apricot, and I'm like, Jim says, she's like, don't tell me apricot. She's like, that's dumb. Only dumb people say that. I'm like,
Ask
that's
Siri,
cute.
because
Apricot. Hey,
Siri,
Siri's
how do you
racist.
say
she's white.
apricot?
She's probably like white. How do you say it?
Apricot.
I think that's the right way.
See, I'm weird, but I pronounce that right.
Say it. Okay.
Apricot.
How do you spell apricot?
Apricot.
Apricot.
That's like a white
I put
pronunciation. That's the
Look,
white
I'll ask
pronunciation.
it,
Look
and
at
then she's
the-
gonna
look
think
at-
it's wrong.
Look at the
Get
thingy.
the Mexican Siri.
What?
The Mexican
Do you
Siri.
have it? Oh, Claudia has it. Obviously.
That's
No,
racist.
no.
Obviously. Yeah, that
Siri
was
is racist with me, dude. It's really late.
For not being
8.
here.
Oh my god.
It's 7:45. Calm down.
Okay, ready? Oh yeah, Pablo's bedtime. You gotta put him in the bath and
Gotta shower him.
shower.
Gotta shower him.
Put him night night. Wait, that sounds. I meant like a kid. Like you rock him to bed.
Then I scratch his head, and he falls asleep. And he snores, and I slap him so I can fall asleep. That's love. I sent you the Snapchat of him
Domestic
snoring
abuse.
yesterday.
You did.
He's like, "Babe, you're so mean," and I'm like, "You're mean."
I don't think he
'Cause
said
you're
"Hey, you're so
snoring.
mean."
He did.
Like in a
It's
nice.
like,
face.
"Baby, you're so mean," and I'm like, "You're snoring."
This week started off hilarious. 7 days
And Ariana was like,
in a meeting, dude. You gotta write that down.
7 days. Jim, I'm gonna make your face.
My Ray Charles or what, bro?
Sorry.
Do you know who Ray Charles is?
So funny,
For
Jim. No. I know. I'm like, okay, Jim. Whoever that
Sure.
is.